Hello everyone and welcome back to another GTA Online Heist Guide, where today I'm going to be running you through the second heist in the Doomsday Heist DLC, the Bogdan problem. So let's get right to the guide, shall we? So in this video, just like in the previous Heist Guide video, I'll be giving you pointers regarding all the setup missions and the heist finale. It won't be a specific how-to video, but more of a tips and tricks video to help you get through all the setup missions and the finale with as little difficulty as possible. I'm going to avoid talking about the free mode preparation missions because the prep missions are a little too easy to warrant a guide video on, so we're just going to go straight to the first setup mission. And the setup mission in question that we'll be covering first is most arguably the most difficult of them all. Avenger. In this mission you have to steal an Avenger that's being stored in a hangar at LSIA. What makes it difficult is the sheer amount of men that you have to go through to get your hands on the thing, as well as the fact that you have to rely on night vision goggles to be able to see anything, which makes it a lot harder to shoot than normal. You'll find that the hangar that you fight in is exactly the same as the one that players can own in the Smuggler's Run DLC, so players who are familiar with their own hangar layout will have a slight advantage here. Make your way to the hangar and once you get inside, immediately run to this location here. It's a spot that I found that hides you from most of the gunfire in the room. Obviously when you get to this spot, make sure that no one is taking pot shots at you, and then while you're all huddled up in this little spot, you can slowly begin to take out all the enemies in the room. Enemies are everywhere you can imagine in the room. The hangar floor, the upper levels, the catwalks, and even the paths that are near the roof. You will have to slowly scout them out and kill them all. It's vital that you take your time on this, as one little screw up will mean that you have to do this all over again. You're restricted to using night vision of course, which limits the distance in which you can see, but using a sniper scope and slowly scanning the area for enemies you can slowly pick them off. I'd recommend shooting them in the head so that you don't have to shoot them numerous times with your sniper rifle. Once you've cleaned up most of the warehouse from where you are, you'll eventually need to send one or two members of your party to go up the square spiral staircase found here. As you go up the stairs, you'll of course have to keep an eye out for enemies that will try to kill you as you go up the stairs. If in doubt or in danger, go halfway down the stairs that you're on, hug the wall, and resupply on food and armor to get yourself ready to fight the enemies again. More enemies will spawn on the floor, so you'll have to keep this in mind as you're going up the stairs. Once you're confident that you've cleared up most of the enemies that you can see, you'll have to make your way up to the high up walkways near the roof of the hangar. There's a lot of soldiers, so yet again you'll have to take your time to slowly scan for them and take them out. Once you've finally killed all of the enemies, you'll have to turn the lever on the generators to get the lights back on in the hangar, and you'll finally be able to take the Avenger. Once you have the Avenger, it's pretty easy sailing to get the thing to the objective, so that's pretty much mission clear. Next up we have Rescue Ulp. It's basically what it says on the package. You just rescue a guy from the Foundry who's apparently a character from GTA 4. I wouldn't know since I've never really played GTA 4 that much. Anyways, this is a mission which has more than one role, so I'll of course be covering both sides of the mission for the video. Taking a look at the role which actually goes into the Foundry to rescue Ulp, grab a Kuruma and take out the guys outside the facility, and then go inside the Foundry for an epic shootout. It's kinda difficult to see where enemies are located in here, and the room that you first enter the building in is very cramped, so you'll have to make do with the room that you have to shoot the enemies. If you have two people or more going in to rescue Ulp, I'd recommend having at least one person stand guard at the entrance of the building to make sure that no bad guys sneak up behind you and pump you full of lead. Once you've cleared out the bad guys from the main Foundry floor, spread out your team a little bit so that you can help each other take out the rest of the bad guys. Slowly move through the facility to get to the area where Ulp is, but oh no! Someone's got him hostage. Yeah, just shoot him in the face and get on with the mission. Go out the way you came in while being careful of more bad guys, get in the Kuruma and get yourselves out of there. The role of the lookout is much simpler than the one which rescues Ulp. You basically act as a lookout to make sure the guys that are rescuing Ulp don't get their flatulent ends handed to them. At times, helicopters will arrive and try to kill you, but 2 shots from an explosive sniper is all it takes to take care of them. That is, if you have one at least. You'll be situated up a tower, which is kind of dangerous to get back down from. Here you can see my character thinking he's Rambo and just jumping off the thing like an idiot. Thankfully, I had a parachute to save myself from death. I don't think it's mandatory for the lookout to come back with the other team to drop off Ulp at the destination, so if you're worried about falling off, you can just stay up the top of the tower and wait for the mission to be completed. Moving on to setup number 3, Salvage Hard Drives. This is probably the most boring setup mission of them all, because you have to drive a really slow car around Los Santos, which takes absolutely ages to do. The difficulty of this mission is okay, okay, though you have to be very careful if you're wanting to do this without dying. There's not much to this one, just use the glorified fire truck to put out the fires in the van, and also act as a gigantic shield from gunfire for the guys who have to collect the hard drives. Thankfully, the vehicle is much tougher than in free mode, so you can go all out in terms of using the vehicle as a bullet blanket. Overall, this mission is boring as but it's not too difficult. Moving on, the final setup mission for the Heist Submarine recon is easy. There's next to no danger in this mission, just blow up some mines, scan some stuff, and bam, you're done. The only advice I can give you here is when you get to the end of the mission where it tells you to park up at the ammunition, do not get out of the car. We found a softlock glitch where the game thought that all of the cars weren't in the trigger zone to end the mission when they actually were, and we couldn't fix the error without having to blow up the cars and go back to checkpoint. Anyways, the finale for the heist isn't really that hard. This one splits into two teams. There's the submarine team who go inside the submarine, shoot everyone inside, find the person in the brig, plant the code of the AI into the machine, escape, and then get picked up by the Avenger team. The Avenger team basically just wait around while the submarine do their job while defending themselves from helicopters. The Avenger team isn't really worth noting, you just arrive on the spot, put the Avenger into autopilot and then just press fire and you win. Enough said. The submarine team is a bit more dangerous in the form of actually being in danger. Because you're in a submarine, you really have to check your corners and make good use of the automatic shotgun to make sure that anyone that you encounter is dead before they can get a bullet in you, and at such short range, the risk of you getting headshot is pretty high, so you really have to be alert on this one. The submarine consists of different floors, so when the game tells you to go somewhere or to kill enemies, keep a close eye on the altitude marker on top of the coloured markers on your minimap. Once you're all done in the submarine, you escape back to shore, and so long as the Avenger pilot isn't a noob, then heist finale complete. That's the second heist, the Bogdan problem, completed. Tune in next time and we'll talk about the third and final heist. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the Pyround Gaming channel for loads more videos coming to you very soon. See you around, everyone.